Hey everyone, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack. Today is a very small set. This is the last of the Star Wars sets for all of the summer 2017 wave. So jumping in on it, which is pretty cool. This is the First Order Transport Speeder Battle Pack. Sorry if it's not like totally in focus right now, but yeah, this is something that I think a lot of people really wanted to get a set like this, a battle pack like this, the last year, because they did come out with a First Order battle pack last year, but it had 2 crew members and 1 regular trooper and like 1 heavy assault trooper, and people were not happy about that because you just did not get enough troopers. This time around, there are 3 troopers, as you can see, and they're kind of unique, which is kind of cool too. I think a lot of people like that. The Flame Trooper, and also the shield guy. This is, what's his name? This is not TR-8R, not the exact traitor guy, but he's got the shield this time around, which the last guy didn't have, and I think that is the same build for his stun weapon, and even extra melee stuff on the speeder. So it's kind of a unique thing. I'm not entirely sure if I'm like a big fan of it, but let's see. I haven't actually looked into it that closely. Let me switch down to this camera. There we go. So this is set number 6. It's recommended for ages 6 to 12. It is set number 75166. It has 117 pieces and retails for $15 in the States, €15 or 12 pounds, which makes it pretty much your standard battle pack. And hello, welcome. There we go. Just getting through the initial, what this set is, what we're doing about it. Hello. It is a Monday. And had a nice weekend hanging out, playing a lot of Settlers of Catan is what I did this weekend. I think my roommates and I discovered we had an old board in the house, and they are determined to beat me. But man, I was on a winning streak this weekend. I think I lost like maybe once, but or twice maybe. But I was just dominating through. All right, Jack is the actual Lego Cap. That is right. I am the Lego Cap. No, I'm not. What? Jack, are you working on a minifig scale Tantive 4? No. I feel bad that we keep showing the head in our videos because it looks like, okay, it was a design my brother was working on. He got like really into it, and then like so many projects, especially big projects like that, you get distracted with one thing and then another thing, and then boom, you've stopped working on the project entirely, and you have to start figuring. He hasn't been working on it for a while, and I do not have the technical building skills close to trying to design out a Tantive 4 like that. So no, we haven't been working on the Tantive 4. Wow, all right. So we get another Flame Trooper. I don't believe any of the prints for these guys are exclusive. That wouldn't make sense if they were. Except for this guy. I think the crew is... I don't think we got a blue First Order crew member yet. So this guy, I'm pretty sure, is going to be exclusive just to the set. And I think that is his face. Actually, I don't know. I haven't looked at all the faces yet. It looks like we've got 2 standard, 3 mouth open faces and then 1 mouth closed face. So I'm assume that's the crew. Yeah, so this is, I believe, exclusive because we didn't get a blue crew member, which is nice. And hello, welcome, thank you for subscribing. People are jumping in, Aaron the Bricks. We got a bunch of people that jumped in on during the stream, so thanks for subbing, thanks for joining. This is going to be a relatively quick build, as you can probably guess, because there really aren't that many pieces that make up this whole thing. I feel like a utility belt for Stormtroopers might be kind of cool. Boom. All right. Are you going to work on any new big sets? Yes, we are. This is sort of the last of the big... Oh, yeah, let me make sure that I get the right... Okay, yeah, I get the right torso piece on the right guy. Yeah, this is the proper torso piece. There's a slightly different print for the Flame Trooper as there are for the regular First Order Troopers. So I want to make sure that I get that done correctly. And then the Flame Trooper also has a see-through neck bracket because he's got to hold on to some flamethrower stuff. I don't know, his fuel. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, fuel. He's got some fuel tanks on his back. Woo! I've never seen a stream of yours. Well then, welcome. Can you stream Shark Attack set 6599? I don't know that set. I do not know. That's not, but 6599 sounds like it's an older set. They usually don't do the four numbers. You know what I don't know? Okay. All right. Let's do this. Jack, would you do Lego sets on Cars 3 once they come out? The Cars 3 Lego sets have all come out. And we kind of opted out of it. I was never really a big fan of the Cars. I mean, you know, I watched the first one. It was kind of entertaining. I didn't watch the second one. No, I haven't done. I don't think we're going to be doing the Cars 3 stuff. The junior sets aren't as fun usually to build. Jack, do you have the Cloud City set? No, we do not. Welcome, the Brick Boy. Thank you for subbing. People are jumping on. All right, and then this guy also has, I think this is the same helmet as the Snow Trooper. So there we go. The body for this guy is built, and now we're going to build out his flamethrower. Oh, I kind of like this. I don't think this was the case the last time. But you build out a couple of these studs on top before you put out the flame. And you know what? Because I know how these sets work, this is a spare part. It only tells you to build out 2. But this is the spare orange stud. You know what? So I'm going to build out 3 because why not? Yeah, so there we go. I think that looks better. They didn't have that for the original build because we got a flame trooper in the first round. Wow, that really sticks out far with that. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe even like an orange dish piece could even like really blast it forward. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's get the other guys built. Now what I do like about this, which is something that I noticed only after the fact, but what I do like is that your troopers get the option between having their stud guns or their melee attire, which is cool. So it's like they get to sort of like strap up in flame or in riot gear. Sorry, there's only one flame trooper, but the regular stormtroopers get to choose between them having their melee stuff or their stud guns. Now, it would be great if it also came with regular option of regular blaster rifles, but I don't think they do that. I don't think battle packs come with regular blaster rifles anymore, which is kind of a shame because we just bought a ton of battle packs for the Empire, and I went out and bought all the rifles and stuff for them, and it's a lot. If you're actually army building, the extra cost to buy these guys separately. I'm moving them out of the way now, by the way. I'll move them into the corner of the screen. You'll still see them. I'm going to kind of cover them up when I'm building a little bit here and a little bit there, though. So, we did a huge building of a bunch of battle packs a couple weeks ago, and I've got some really fun plans with that army. All I need to do is find the time to do it. The extra cost of buying regular battle blaster rifles without the stud guns is actually considerably. It's not cheap if you get a bunch of them. Let's see. This should get built very quickly. This looks like an insanely quick and easy little thing to pop together. Hardly any pieces on the board, really. Alright, and do you have the clone tank? We have one. We have the newest clone turbo tank. Oh, do you mean the other tank? Yeah, we did the other. Yeah, we did the other tank. Mike did that as a live stream, and I think episode review a week or 2 ago. So yeah, the tank is out. Can you just get rid of the stud guns already? Well, you know what? I don't have any. I don't know if I've got any. I might have extra blaster rifles. I assigned a bunch of them, or all of them really, to the other army that I've got. But I might be able to repurpose a few. I'll have to check in my reserves. Let's see. It's kind of cool. Where's that other? Oh, there it is. So these are the actual internal wheel piece has been used to create the thrusters in the back. Which I kind of like. I kind of like the little bit of energy here, but there's no extra sort of glue trans stuff sticking out the back. It looks all right, I'd say. Okay. Now we're building on some of the side stud guns. Of course, once again, stud guns, stud guns, stud guns. Why Lego not stud guns, not normal guns? You know what? I know a lot of people love to complain, including me. I like to complain about stud guns. I've got a whole argument worked out in my head where I'm not a big fan of them. But, you know, at the end of the day, Lego probably sat down with a bunch of testers, a bunch of kids, and did a bunch of blind studies, and they sat down and like they figured, yeah, the majority of kids prefer to have shooting toys or whatever, and to be able to knock little pieces around and whatever. And yeah, so you know they did their homework. It's not like they're just forcing this upon a bunch of people that don't like it. They know that at the end of the day, more people like it than don't. Welcome, Charlie. Thank you for subbing. Hope you were all having a wonderful day. So yeah, for people that have been into it for a long time and just don't like the look or style of the stud gun, I don't think that resonates quite as well with like the really young kids. Because if you're really young, you've known stud guns almost like the whole time. They've been doing this for years now. So it's not like this new phenomenon. So yeah, I think that's why. I think the majority of kids still prefer to play with something that you can shoot your minifigures around with. So they'll take the stud gun that doesn't look quite as good, but it has more playability to it. I think that's the bottom line. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Jack, would you do the Lego sets for the new Star Wars movie coming out this year, The Last Jedi? Absolutely, sir. Do you know when The Last Jedi is coming out? It's coming out in December. The movie is coming out in December. The movie's coming out in December, but the the sets, I'm not entirely sure. I think the sets are probably coming out during that September event. What is the name of that again? There's a Star Wars thing in September where they're probably going to release it. It's like probably late September, maybe. All right. Yeah. One of our mods is apparently not able to be a mod today because they have a tornado warning going on where they are. So I think they have to be in like a safe place. So please stay safe. Oh gosh. I saw that right before the stream started. They're like, I've got to go. There's a tornado warning happening. What the heck? That's kind of funny. You guys want to see a little mistake in the manual? I like that. Yeah. So it's like all here. If I go to the previous page. Okay, so it is the sorry, come on, focus. There we go. So you see that the little printed piece of the tile? So that's step 18, the printed piece in the tile. You see what I'm talking about with my finger pointing towards it? So, and then I go to page 19, or step 19, and they accidentally blacked it out. Totally black. It's no longer a tile. And I was like, did they add a black piece on top of it? And then when you go to page 20, it's back to being not a black piece anymore. So yeah, they just messed it up. They accidentally inked it out completely. There's just a tiny mistake. Just a tiny little Lego manual mistake. Thought I'd point that out for you guys. Okay. They're usually when Lego makes mistakes, it's always some small stuff like that. It just changed color for a step, and then it came back. But yeah, man. Hope everybody's cool. What are you working on custom-wise? Custom-wise, let's see. I'm in the middle of building another guy's custom mock build. And he sort of asked us to kind of, because he's got instructions for it, but he's asked us to keep it secret. I asked him if I could live stream it, and he was like, no, I want it to be super secret. And I was like, fine. I was like, because he wants to sell his instructions. I was like, I'll promote the instructions on the live stream. And he's just like, no, I want it to be like a special video where it's just a review, which I didn't really understand personally, but it's his build, so honor that. But it's amazing. I can say that it's a Star Wars custom mock, not our own personal design. Obviously, it's his creation, but it's epic. And that I have no idea when we can release that video. Like I'm gonna finish the review like today for it, but and then it's gonna be like. He didn't give me a timeline. He was just kind of like, I'll let you know when I want it to be released. So it could be like this week. It could be next week. It could be in like a month from now. I don't really know what his timeline is. We will find out. Okay, so we're attaching our little melee builds now. These are the sticks, the little stun sticks. I don't know what you call them exactly. So let's see. Almost done, by the way. You should get 40 of this set and add it to the other one. Yeah, I was thinking about that because we do have a first order army. And this is a cheaper way to get first order stormtrooper figs now. This is definitely a cheaper way to do that. This is kind of odd because it really does want me to like push these in. They'll be at a little bit of an angle. Okay. Kind of looks nice though. I think that actually looks kind of good just in general, with it being stuck onto the side of the speeder. And you gotta be kidding me. I'm not done. Wait, no. I am not done with this. Oh, that's why it wasn't sticking on properly. Yeah. Oops. Yeah, let's get that little brick separator in there. I was gonna say, I had this thing hanging out, and I was like, these are never extras. I was not paying attention. Let me see if I can just flip this up without sending all the pieces flying out. So I gotta take that up. Oh, and this is why it's an angle. Okay, so let me just do this very quickly. You know what it was? I was distracted by that mess up in the manual. I was like pointing it out to you guys, and I actually just didn't. I didn't look at what the next step was in the instructions. I was like, hey, let me show you guys this little mess up in the print. There we go. I was supposed to just put that plate down on top of it. That's all. That's all. Okay. And then you can just slide those back on without any trouble. Wait. Was that the proper side? Let's do that. Okay, and then these two slope pieces I also wasn't paying attention to. I was just going too quickly. Alright. Alright. Oh yeah. Alright, and then there's little stocks added to the guns here, which I also didn't put on. We have a spare stud gun, which is kind of interesting. I think you can add another spare stud gun to the side, which is just a lot. It's actually kind of a lot. Have you ever done that with bigger sets? Okay. Have I ever done what with bigger sets? Sorry, I was looking down for a while fixing my silly mistakes like I always do. But if you mean make a pizza, or if you mean make a mess up, sorry, I'm reading comments and then saying them out loud. Okay, here we go. so I think I just finished. I'm just loading in. That's always what they tell you at the last step is load the weapons is the last step in any Lego build. And then, boom, there it is. We are donezo, McFunzo. Let's check out the minifigs first. Let me move all these spares just into the corner, but I'm going to zoom in the camera. All right. Now, it's a little bit dark, but I think a little bit dark is better than too bright because this camera can overexpose the heck out of stuff. So there, anyways, this is the regular First Order Stormtrooper. Nothing too crazy about him. He comes with the little stock. That's the little piece, the little flashlight piece or whatever on the back. But, you know, he's got his standard face, originally a clone trooper face, but became the standard for stormtroopers as well. The detailing for the body, I don't believe is exclusive. It shouldn't be. Hello, Matt Turdick. Welcome. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, so pretty standard guy. I mean, I love the shape of the stormtrooper, and I think this the First Order helmet is still really awesome. I think the mold is still very nice. Always good stuff. Let's take a look at the Flame Trooper. And I can say right now that the build for the Flame is a little different. I added, technically there shouldn't be these 3 studs. One is an extra. There should just be 2 studs, but I added all 3 because I think it looks cooler that way. Cool guy though. I don't believe the printing for his body is exclusive either. I don't think they should be. I haven't actually checked it. So, have you ever made an alternative build? So, like, yeah, I think this guy shouldn't be exclusive. He also, too, just has the same face as the other 2 stormtroopers. This is the build for his back, and I guess I can. You know what? I'll just show you the print on his back. You might as well. I've come this far. Let me just rip off the little head and try to take off the backpack without breaking all the pieces out of it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so there's the print for his back. It's different. It's different from the Stormtrooper. You know, there's the Stormtrooper, there's the Flame Trooper. So they're different. They're not the same. They're all kind of in the same, you know, body of detail, though. There's nothing better or worse, I don't think, about either of those guys. But this should be the slightly more sought-after guy, just because he's not as easy to get. And I think also he's kind of cooler. People like the flamethrower dude. I think, you know, his helmet's different also. His helmet is considerably different, the mold and print and stuff. And this is the same helmet that the Snowtroopers have, I think, also. I think. Snowtroopers might be a little bit different. Okay. So, bam, bam, bam. We're good, we're good, we're good. And this guy is actually, I showed him last because I don't think he's very interesting as a fig, but he is indeed exclusive to just this set, which means you can't get this blue crew guy. I mean, I think, what do they call him? He's a First Order officer. That's his official title. I just call him a crew member. He's just another one. But yeah, he's a slightly higher ranking officer, and he's in dark blue, which is the first time. They're either in tan or like dark tan, or they got some like sort of offset brown, or most commonly just gray. Sometimes they're wearing black, whatever. Never blue, at least not until now. So I think it looks good in blue. But it's all pretty basic stuff. Let's see. How well can you see that? Yeah, there's the print. It's probably like the same print as previous crew members. I think they might have just put it onto a blue body. That's very possible. It's very possible this design isn't actually exclusive, but he is definitely exclusive because this is now printed onto dark blue. So there they are. These are the 4 figs. Considerably better than the last battle pack, and a lot of people were saying that they're releasing a First Order battle pack again because there was such a bad sort of, people really didn't like the first version of the First Order battle pack from a year ago. So this time they've done right, and this is them doing right. Now, I kind of would have liked to get something smooth on the bottom, you know, those inverted round 2x2s that, you know, help you slide along surfaces. This can slide, obviously. It's fine, don't get me wrong, it can slide around. If you've got a nice shaggy carpet, the corners of this plate might stop you a little bit, but anyways, I think that could have been combated just with, you know, you could have made you could have done it with 3, like 2 in the front and 1 in the back or something, or 4, whatever. So kind of wish they had that. But the design for this in and of itself is like kind of, it looks all right when you've got the weapons on it, I would say. Let's take off the stud gun. Let's take off, because these are the melee weapons. These are just like in reserve. So if I take off the melee weapons, and this is actually the first. This is an exclusive piece just to the set. This is the shield. I'll show it off close in just a second. But this is the vehicle by itself now, and it doesn't really look like a vehicle. I mean, in a certain sense, this is like just some big industrial sort of military transport speeder. All they need to do is get weapons and soldiers from one point in the battlefield to another. This thing doesn't have to look good. It doesn't have to have any sort of special, abilities, but it just doesn't, like, as like a fun vehicle to have like on display. It just looks, oh gosh, looks like the flame trooper is like burning our driver's head. Yeah, make him stand sideways or something. But yeah, I think you can fit kind of all the guys. You can have their feet standing on the single stud back here. You can get them all on there, but it's like kind of the 2 guys on the side are standing 1 foot on 1. So the vehicle itself is like super not impressive. In fact, I would encourage you guys to take this thing apart and turn it into something that's cooler, because I honestly think that most people could do something that's better. The build is whatever. I do kind of like this tinted. This is like the sort of matted out glass. So it's intentional that that's like foggy, and I think that does look nice. I like this little sort of setup. The whole front console actually looks all right. There's 2 stud guns in the front here. The vehicle itself is kind of whatever. Now I think this is probably one of the bigger points of the set is you've got your 2 regular stormtroopers, and I already took the gun out of this one guy's hand, but let me take the gun out of this guy's hand, and you can replace that now. You can replace that with this. Check this out. So you have to turn his hand sort of inverted, and then you can knock you can put this on like this, and I think that's pretty nice. So we've got our melee guy, and you can actually do this twice around. So this is an interesting thing. When you think about it, the First Order troopers probably like 90% of the time aren't fighting in battles, but they're occupying taken over planets, right? That's the whole thing, is they conquer places and they kind of impose their rules on other places and I guess take resources and whatever. So a lot of the time the First Order, or I suppose the Empire would be like this too, they would actually be doing more basic riot control stuff. So this is, you get the chance now to have 2 of these guys or none of them. So they can hang out on the vehicle, or they can be with the troopers. So I think that's probably like the coolest part. You can make them fight it out as like gladiator style or something. But we do have our First Order army here, so I think having a melee legion, a melee legion doesn't make sense really, but I think this is kind of cool. It's a different direction. It's funny when you have these guys out where it's like, all right, 2 melee guys and then a flamethrower guy, and it's like, what? This is years in the future after the Empire is taken out, and this is where the new technology gets you. You just get a bunch of guys with shields and stun sticks and flamethrowers. It's like back into World War II or something. But kind of cool looking. I like the setup and the fact that you can change it up, because you get 2 stud guns here. You don't have to like the stud guns, but you get 2 stud guns with stocks and a regular extra stud gun. So you can even give that, I'm assuming, would be for the officer if you had to fight as well, or if this guy ran out of ammo, dual wielding. I think I kind of like that too. He's got his flamethrower and his stud gun. Anyways, so there's some things that work about it pretty well. I think the set, I I would say don't expect much from the vehicle builds. Let me zoom this out just a tad. Don't expect much from this vehicle build because it doesn't look like anything, does it? I mean, I like this little build for the thruster. I like that, and I like some of the shapes and stuff that we've got in the front. This thing does look better when you've got all the stuff clipped to it, the shields and the riot gear and stuff. But yeah, I would encourage you to take this apart and just mess around with it on your own, just to see if you could get this to look a little bit more interesting, which I think some people definitely could. Turn it into maybe a one-seater, but like a cooler looking one-seater. And this is weird too. There's like this little stud. I don't know what this is for. It doesn't say. It looks like detailing. Oh wait, hold on. I know what that's for. Sorry. There's one more feature. You can stick one of the stud guns back here, and then you've got a little posable back turret for somebody to stand. It shows the officer standing here, and he can operate. Oh, he can. It shows him standing, but you could probably sit him down too. But anyways, yeah. So you can have the officer here. Gosh, why is he not standing? Okay, there we go. Okay. So yeah, he could be operating the gun from the back if you wanted. Okay. So that doesn't really change any opinion on this set. I would say $15. You get three soldier figs, 2 regular stormtroopers that have the option of long range or melee. Melee being definitely the added plus because that is an exclusive printed thing for this particular piece. I don't know. I don't think this shape is new, but kind of a nice little shield piece. We got ourselves another flame trooper, which is you could put a flame trooper in every First Order, every new Star Wars set, and people would like that. People like this guy a lot. And this is technically an exclusive officer, so you don't have to like the officers very much, but, you know, he comes in a different color. This is unique. I would say this is good. This is so much better than the last First Order Battle Pack. A million times better than the last First Order Battle Pack, and I wish I'd bought, you know, I don't know how many we got the last time. It was like 35 of the first one, and I wish I'd spent my money on getting this one instead of the one before, because a lot more useful. We would have gotten more soldiers, more regular soldiers, and we would have had an entire Flame Legion, which would have been awesome. Okay, so there we go. That was the set. Nothing too crazy. This was a relatively quick stream. It's a nice Monday, and we've got a lot of stuff to build this week. I wasn't really building or doing a whole lot this weekend, more than I kind of planned. I was like, I'm going to do all this extra building, and I didn't do that. I was messing around playing board games a lot of the time, but I had a good weekend anyways. But I've got a lot of stuff to do this week. Mike and I are going to be switching off doing live streams every single weekday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is California time, 11 a.m. Also, there is a mail address now. That's kind of a new thing. I've been trying to mention that as much as possible because we have been getting requests from a lot of people in the comment sections or on Facebook about sending, letters or whatever, or people that we do the custom mock builds every week. They're like, I want to send you something, and I'll be like, yeah, that would be cool. And we might do a mail time episode once we start like accumulating little things and showing off packages and stuff. And anyways, the address is in the description below. And once again, thank you for hanging out. This is going to be probably the quickest of the live streams of the week. I don't think we have any sets that are smaller than like 117 pieces. So you can expect, I'm pretty sure we're going to get into City and Creator this week for the live stream builds. And we've got some cool custom stuff in the pipeline. I have no idea when we're going to be seeing it, but there's definitely some cool projects that we're working on. And all right, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.